Greetings, bingo, bango, bongo. It's Multiplier here with a mega mashup of introductions, typical styly, full of catchphrases. What is going on in this video? I'm about to tell you now. So, a question I get asked all the time, because it's a fantastic question, is what plugins do I need? Because I've been producing 2 months, 6 months, a year, and yeah, I think I need to get some plugins. Do I even need to get plugins? What plugins do I need? Tell me, Multiplier, because there are literally 100 gazillion plugins in the universe, and there's a lot of them, and it can be quite hard to figure out what do you need, because the plugin companies are marketing at you. They're like, you need this compressor, otherwise you suck as a person. Buy this compressor. And then this company over here is like, buy this compressor, that compressor sucks, our compressor's better, you suck as a person unless you buy this compressor. So what do you actually need to make professional tracks? What I've done is condense this down into 4 categories that I personally think you need. One amazing plugin from each of these categories, and that's all you need. Anything else is a bonus. I mean, I have more than 4 plugins. I has bare loads of plugins, but yeah, you only need one plugin from each of these categories that I'm going to tell you now. So let me tell you the 4 categories. First of all, you need a really good mastering plugin, or technically just a really good limiter. So I'm going to just mangle that up into a mastering plugin. You need one good limiter / mastering plugin. You need one good synthesizer, one really powerful synth to generate sounds. You need one good distortion plugin, probably not for all genres, but most genres. Yeah, one really good distortion plugin that can do your distortion, saturation, coloring, exciting, whatever you want to call it. Get yourself one of those. And you also need a, what's the other one? A reverb, a really good reverb. That's not because the reverbs built into, say, Ableton or Logic are bad, but there are much better reverbs in the universe that can do more than just be reverbs. They can add a level of interest, excitement, and hand waving to the situation. Yeah, so, right, what do I recommend from each of these categories? First of all, in the limiter mastering category, I recommend Izotope Ozone. Now, the reason I recommend Izotope Ozone over the other competing limiters and mastering plugins is purely because of one algorithm. And that is Izotope Ozone. No, I messed it up. I'll get there. IRC3. Check it out. So it doesn't matter if you have Izotope Ozone 5, 6, or 7. There will be a limiting algorithm in the maximizer section called IRC3. And that is the algorithm used to do the limiting, which is the most important part of the mastering stage. It's how you get your tracks competitively loud. So you need a good one of these. The built-in algorithms in Ableton, Logic, Fruity Loops, or whatever, They do an okay job for some things, but certainly not for doing competitively loud mastering. So you need a good limiting algorithm, and IRC3 is the best. Some people will disagree with me, but those people don't have ears. Technically, some other limiting algorithms are better if you want a more characterful limiting job, if you like it, say, saturated and stuff like that. But for just transparent limiting and getting it loud in a transparent way, which is what I consider the thing to do to be in mastering, bad sentence, you get the idea, then IRC3 is the man. And then, yeah, Ozone 7 introduced, take your time, right? Ozone 7 introduced IRC4, which is a multi-band limiter, which is really, really good. It's definitely different to IRC3, but yeah, IRC3 for me is the one to use in general. It's just magical. I've tried them all, believe me. IRC3 will make your life a million times easier. So yeah, get yourself a good limiting algorithm and or mastering plugin. Coolies. Next is, what did I tell you? The next one to get was a synthesizer. Was that the order I went in? It was. So the best synth in the universe, you should know this by now if you follow my YouTube channel, is Serum. Serum is demand. Steve Duda, you demand. Yeah, Serum is just, oh, I could literally, I could do a lecture for an hour on the virtues of Serum and why Serum is not only the best thing now, but it's the best thing in the future. It is unreal, seriously. So yeah, Serum, if you're going to learn any synth, learn Serum. And the reason why Serum is so good is just the versatility. Well, so many reasons. I just said I could give you an hour on this. I'll give you 3 reasons arbitrarily why Serum is the synth you want to use. Although you can use others. You can always learn FMA or Massive or I don't know. There's other ones that are nearly as good. But yeah, if you can choose any, get Serum? Let me give you some reasons. Serum has loads of great visual feedback, so when you're learning, you can understand what's happening in terms of all the envelopes and the filters and everything moves, and you can see the wavetable. So you get all this visual feedback as you're learning, so you can actually understand what's happening. And then also when you get better, more advanced at sound design, synthesis, all the visual feedback allows you to better understand what's happening. You're not just twisting a parameter and then having to visualize what that might be doing to the audio signal workflow. You can just look at what's happening and it's telling you, and it's this big feedback cycle, and it's like your face is mashed into the computer and your brain is at one with the machine, and then sparks come out of your brain, sky falls down, lights go blue, purple. It's magical. It's just such an unbelievable experience. So yeah, Serum is amazing. It also sounds better from a technical, nerdy audio science perspective. So even if you just want a simple saw sound and a little low pass filter, let's say you just want to be like doopy doopy doop, low pass filter on a cutoff of a, that sounds better than any other synth that does a similar sort of modulation. So even for simple sounds, just from a technical, nerdy audio science perspective, Serum is the one to get. And finally, the long-term reasons why this is amazing is Steve Duda. I'm going to call him Stevie. Stevie is constantly updating this thing, introducing new features for free. And yeah, you can also import your own wavetables. So unlike Massive, where you get these list of wavetables and then you can modulate them and get loads of cool sounds, and then that's it. With Serum, you can actually import other wavetables and make them yourself. So you can see I've got some Cymatics wavetables, and they didn't even pay me to say it this time. Yeah, you've also got other ones that I've downloaded and made myself, but yeah, sweet. So you can see all these ones I've been making. Coolies. But yeah, just the fact you can make your own wavetables and import them means this thing is future-proofed to the max. Nice. So, right, the next plugin category was Distortion. And the one that I personally recommend, it's become a new catchphrase, almost like a thing I do, is Izotope Trash 2, which is just the daddy when it comes to distortion. Why is this good? It would take me, again, an hour to explain why this is so good. It's just such a powerful thing. Even if you just isolate Trash 2 to the distortion part, so the trash module down here, you can do multi-stage distortions, you can create your own distortion algorithms, you get all these different algorithms, so you get lots of different banks of different distortion algorithms, so you get lots and lots of different ways to do the distortion, from nice subtle variations on warming up sounds, giving you an analog sort of vibe, right through to completely wild, crazy stuff that I probably should show you, but I'm not going to. I'll do another video on that. But yeah, just the amount of distortion algorithms in this thing is mind-blowing. Not to mention, as I say, you get multi-stage distortion options, you can do multi-band, you can do all sorts of stuff. It's crazy. And on top of that, you also get all these other modes. So lots of times I use Trash 2 not even to do distortion, because the filters are really good. There's loads of interesting filters, like you have screaming filters, you have vowel filters that as you modulate, where's the stupid button gone for it? Can't find the right button to, where's it gone? You stupid thing. Make it work. There you go. See how it's now a vowel filter moving, so you can get vowel sounds. You can also do like saturated filters. So it's just a load of amazing filters built into a distortion algorithm. Plugin built into a distortion plugin. Crazy. And then there's also the convolve section, which is pretty much my secret weapon that I definitely will do a video on, because it is one of my secret weapons to getting crazy next level sound design sounds coming out. It is super rad. So yeah, Izotope Trash 2. Absolutely amazing. To be honest, I can't recommend any other ones. There are a few that aren't as powerful but can create amazing sounds. So like Devastor 2 is probably going to be my other option, but it's not as powerful. The presets are probably a bit more usable. The presets in this range from useless to out of this world crazy experimental to good. So yeah, there are other distortion plugins that are good, but in terms of just raw power and flexibility, if you're only going to have one distortion plugin, Izotope Trash 2. Yeah, and also if you want more proof, social proof, if you want to get nerdy with your marketing, all the best people in the world use this, Skrillex, Noisia, etc. Yeah, they literally, read all the interviews, believe me, everyone uses Izotope Trash 2. The fact that Noisia use it as their main distortion tool is proof enough. Cool. Finally, Reverb. What did I say? Was it Reverb next? It was Reverb. So get yourself a good Reverb plugin, just because it can make things a lot more exciting. You know what? I'm not sure I've given you any noises at all properly in this video, so I'm going to give you a noise to demonstrate the reverb. Otherwise, it's just me talking, and that'll probably drive you crazy. So let me find some sort of noise. I can put through here. I have no idea what I'm going to put through there. Let's do some opera vocals, because why not? Because I'm just that kind of crazy character. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It's somewhere here. If I can use my eyes. Lost it, completely lost it. Where are those samples? There you go. Opera-esque. Maybe that's the long version of opera. I don't know. Fantastic. Right, we're going to use that. Just because I'm a huge fan of the opera. I'm very sophisticated like that. I go to the opera. I go to concertos. Tune. That's the sort of stuff I say at a concerto. Whatever the hell one of those is. Right, so I've got an opera vocal, just standard. It's even been kind of played back slower because of the warping, but that's cool. So yeah, you want to grab yourself a good reverb plugin, just because it makes it a lot more exciting. The reverbs in DAWs like Ableton, Logic, Fruity Loops, etc. They're sufficiently good just for a functional reverb, especially in dance music. They absolutely do the job. But if you want interesting reverb that will get people excited, whatever that is, yeah, you need to get yourself a better reverb plugin. And to be honest, I haven't tried a lot of reverb plugins. I've tried maybe 4 or 5. My favorite is Reverb. It's pretty CPU intense because I crank up the settings to the max. I don't know why, because it sounds better, but it does drain my CPU. But yeah, you don't have to get Reverb. This would be the only one where... So in the first 3 examples of the plugins I recommend, I definitely think the ones I've recommended are the best. In the case of Reverb, I don't think there is a best Reverb plugin, but there are lots of really, really good top tier ones, and I would include Reverb in that. So yeah, let's show you some of the Reverb presets. One of the reasons why I really like Reverb is there is enough presets, but there's not too many. So normally the problem with a lot of presets in effects and even synthesizers is you have all these different presets. It could be 200 presets, and it's a bit too many. You can't learn them. You don't know what preset sounds like what. Whereas Reverb, one of the magic things about this is there are literally just this many. So I'm not going to count them. I mean, I do have a maths degree, but counting wasn't included on the syllabus. So, or calculators, true story. Lol, right. So you see all these different presets. There's maybe 20 or 18 or 16 or so. There's enough presets where you can learn what pretty much every one of these presets sound like, and there's enough variation in it, so you can always get interesting reverb, and you can go to ones that you know work. So like, I know Hard Walls has some pretty cool pre-delay thing in it. Pretty cool. And then yeah, I'll just flick through some of these to show you how the reverb in a proper reverb plugin, a good one, it's just next level compared to say the built-in Ableton one. Check it out. Lovely bit of pre-delay bounce there. That is lovely. Longer tail on that one. You see what I mean? You start to learn what the presets sound like. And I'll leave a nice delay tail, trail tail, reverb tail on that. And yeah, close this video off. So yeah, that is my favorite reverb plugin, Reverb. But as I say, in the case of this reverb recommended plugin, try out lots of other good ones too, but do get one of the better ones just because, yeah, you get a better one. So yeah, get a better one because it's better. It's my really insightful comments about that. But yeah, I'm going to recommend Reverb just because, I don't know, it sounds amazing. I absolutely love it. And I really like the fact there's just this handful of presets and they're varied presets. So if you want a nice long sizzly tail that goes forever, you can have that. Or if you want like a medium length tail with a bit of pre-delay, so it's got that bounce, Crystal Cave. Also, if you want just a small room reverb, you got that, like Hard Walls even. Or if you just want, I don't know, it's just got all the different categories of reverb you want, which is cool. So yeah, that is it. The 4, I haven't even figured out the exact title of this video, so that is the insert title of the video here. Yeah.